Hey, this is private property.
That's good.
I normally don't like visitors, but if you bring a tractor, I might warm up to you real quick.
A tractor and some toys.
What we got here? D4710, so 47 horsepower.
47 horse, hydrostat. It does have like the heavy duty loader on it though. So I can pick up bigger bales as long as I got one matching on the back.
Probably like 1,800 pounds or something lift, or
I think it's 22 or 24.
That's pretty good. So we got Chad here from Doss Farms on YouTube and brought his tractor over and got something funky on the front and a big old box full of parts. What are we doing today?
Oh man, we're gonna throw on the Lane Shark LS4. We're gonna attempt to throw it on. And this is special edition. I do have to give them a little props. I got 2 of 100 of these black ones for Shark Week, which is pretty slick. Because my family, 3 boys, we love the Shark Week.
So what are you going to do with this? Obviously, it lets you mow with your front end loader, lets you reach places you normally couldn't.
So if you haven't seen one of these before, anybody watching, this is basically a brush cutter on your tractor. Now it's not designed for skid steers. Okay, it's not, because those are high flow, much more powerful, because you can go obviously up, RPMs up and stuff. But this, you can raise and lower this, and then also we'll show it when we get it done. It tips at a right angle, so you can actually literally, the name says it all, Lane Shark. You can keep your lanes tight, whether that's a hunting property, a lease. For us, we need to clear our perimeter fence area.
I've been wanting to try one of these for a long time. So we got to install the third function. Then we've got to install like a continuous flow kit. Don't know everything about it, but we're going to get all this set up. This is WR long kit, so it's true third function. We'll get all this set up and then we'll be back. Let you know how hard this install was. Okay, so we fought with this install a little bit. We found a few different videos, but none of them were complete and exactly the same as ours. Everyone else was running plumbing back up under the seat to the sump, and we didn't have to do that. And then the instructions we found for the controller were a little different than the controller we have. So I'll go through the actual install real quick. You've got right here what's called a banjo fitting. That is the power beyond for the loader control. That banjo fitting tells you which one is the power beyond. So you take that hose came to right here. So this is the hose that supplied the power beyond to the loader. We disconnected that hose, plugged it from here into P, then we took and connected a hose here and ran it to there. That part right there was actually pretty confusing to figure out at first. Once we figured that out, everything is labeled. We've got hoses here. These 2 hoses are color-coded black, and they run up to black color-coded hoses right here. Then we have got a green hose right here that runs to a green port there. This green one is for a grapple. For a grapple, you use these 2. For the Lane Shark, you use these 2. Then we ran these hoses here to there. Basically, mostly everything is easy to understand and well laid out. We got a little bit confused with 2 things. First was figuring out these hoses. Second is this controller, when you have it right, I think at one point we had it right and didn't realize it, but this is a continuous flow. You need continuous flow to run a Lane Shark. And to turn on continuous flow, you push this 3 consecutive times. You triple tap it. And we were trying to push all these buttons and hold this and push this, and 1, 2, 3. That's how you turn it on. Clearly here we're just cutting some light grass that you could cut with a lawnmower. But also the reason I stop mowing and don't go up here is there's a bunch of rocks protruding from the ground. And if you're dealing with that type of rocky ground, this is a great tool because it lets you mow up higher if you need to, even if that's 8, 10, 12 inches off the ground. We are going to cut a little bit thicker stuff before flipping the cutter vertical, including right here, this little sapling that he's trimming up. When he makes the final cutoff on it, that's about a 2 or 3 inch diameter spot, and this is rated for 3-inch cutting. Personally, if this was my attachment, you'd see some more aggressive cutting right here. And I know that's what Chad plans to do when he gets it home as well. So, what do you think about it?
It's probably the coolest thing I've attached to the front of this tractor.
Mowing with the loader, man, that's awesome.
Mowing the loader. And for people that don't know, and I've got a place like yours, but mine's not been maintained. And I've got a lot of trails that we can't take the side-by-side down, the four-wheeler. I need something like this, and it's literally a lane shark. That's what it's for. I'm gonna tip it and tilt it, and literally be able to make lanes again. Because I've had, well, when you came out to the place, you know, even with the skid steer being shorter, you've got branches right in your eyes.
Yep.
You really need to trim those up. So I'm excited.
Well, let's flip this thing up and see how that works.
Sure.
Chad is in the market to buy a bigger tractor. He's trying to decide. He's got a cattle operation, he's got lots of livestock and animals, and he is moving hay bales all the time. He's trying to decide if he wants to get a bigger tractor. And in a bigger tractor, he's comparing utility tractors around 70 to 80 horsepower, or maybe staying with this size. Now his Kioti is almost as big as the TYM. This is the same frame size machine that I was comparing before, because you can get this DK series and the 10 series or the 20 series, you can get that up into a 50 and 60 horsepower. So my TYM, the tires are just an inch or two bigger front and back. The platform sits a few inches higher, but nothing dramatic. They're almost comparable tractors, but he doesn't have a cab. And this lift capacity, I think, is 2,200 pounds. Whereas on the TYM, you got 2,800 pounds of lift capacity. So you can tell Doss for feeding cows and that type of operation, land clearing, you think you should go with that TYM 574 or get a, I've been telling him maybe think about a New Holland. That New Holland Workmaster 55 with the buddy seat, that's a full utility tractor, is pretty good deal. I'm gonna try to get him over to the tractor yard with Jake and let Jake show him what TYM has to offer in the 654, 754 utility tractor range. I guess it's because this is an open station, but it almost feels like a bigger tractor than mine. As soon as he gets done running my tractor, I'm gonna try the Lane Shark out. It took us a minute to figure out how to make this swivel. It would be awesome if this was all hydraulic swiveling, but if you add cylinders to make this all automated where you can move it from the seat, you're going to add a lot of cost. And how much do you really want to spend on this mowing attachment? As I watch this footage back, I see that some of what I left on the left side of the tractor here makes it hard for you to see what I'm cutting. But this thing did a great job of trimming this wall of brush off vertically, and I was just really impressed by the way it cut. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to see, because of that little bit I left next to the left front tire. So this is not an ideal place to use this, really. But you can see how it was just shearing the side off this and it would have cut a lane into it. It's a lane shark. It's going to trim off anything that's encroaching on your path. But I could also just flip it back down and mow into this like any other brush cutter. So super handy attachment. And I'm excited that I got a chance to run one. Now, if you want to really see this sucker in action, you go over to the Doss Farms YouTube channel. Check it out. He'll have more videos putting this thing to use. Today was about an install and just seeing how it works. And I thought that went pretty well. So I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.